But they won. Man, I guess. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Austin Matthews. Well, time for a rebuild.
This team is ruining my life.
Oh my God. I'm not gonna survive this team. Leafs win 6-5. 6-5 over the Boston Bruins. I hurt my shoulder doing the fist pump. So you're probably wondering what I thought about that game. Well, I gotta tell you, good game, entertaining game. My initial thought was, So let's recap. Early in the game, Bruins on the rush. David Pastrnak just alone with Freddie Anderson. And my friend, I do not care how tight your pants are, your stick is not part of your pants. Put that thing down! Pastrnak throws it through Freddie, and it's 1-0 Bruins. And I am not in a good mental state after the Dallas game, the St. Louis game. And then Pastrnak scores early in the TD Garden. That horn. That horn! After the last couple games and the start to this one, the Leafs need a good kick up the ass. And if the TD Garden horn doesn't give it to you, you don't belong on the Leafs. Babcock throws out Matthews, Kadri, and Nylander. That three-headed monster. Love it. Willie comes in, Deke shoots, scores, and congrats to the fan in the second deck of the TD Garden, who is the proud new owner of a slightly used Finnish goaltender's jock. JVR all alone in front. How dare you leave him all alone in front? Don't you know he's JVR? James Van Hockey. JVR, aren't you glad he hasn't been traded yet? He puts it in. 2-1 Leafs. Now they got the lead. That's motivation. William Nylander alone again. Look, take it from me. Helpful advice. Don't do that. That beautiful blonde boy with that beautiful snipe. The Leafs are up 3-1. They leave William Nylander open again. Did I not tell them? I told them not to do that. Snipes on Rass so hard that the puck sticks to the back of the net. William Threelander, and it's 4-1 Leafs. Oh no. What have we talked about? What did we just talk about in a previous video? Most teams get scored on and they go, oh, nuts. All right, let's figure that out. Then Pastrnak makes it 4-2 and the Leafs are like, what the hell is that? Like they all go on a really bad trip all at once. Bro, how are we on ice right now? This sport is ridiculous. Then Adam McQuaid hits Austin Matthews and you gotta pay for that. You're not allowed to hit Austin Matthews. I said it. No one is allowed to hit Austin Matthews. Wait, who hit him again? Adam McQuaid, some people are allowed. Matt Martin starts going with Adam McQuaid, and I'm like, I don't know. Martin's hanging in there. He's getting in some good shots. He's doing a good job of ducking, like as good a job as you can do. Hockey fights are the dumbest thing ever. There's no defense. You're just trading brain trauma. And I don't know exactly what happened at the end of the fight, but I think Martin thought they were done. He thought they were about to get separated because he just kind of stops doing anything, stops moving altogether, and McQuaid, bing, drops Matt Martin to the ice, and it's even worse because Martin's got that hair, so it goes like all flying. You could see the impact. And that was on the outside of his head. I don't want to know the world of hurt going on inside. But it's okay. The Leafs still have a 4-2 lead. Nope! Bruins score again! And then it goes to intermission, which some people would be like, good. The Bruins' momentum has been stopped. And I'm like, bad, because this just draws out the inevitable game-tying goal. We all know it's coming. I know it's coming. You know it's coming. Why are we pretending like we don't know this game is getting tied? And then sure enough, there it is. There it is. The Bruins tied. Oh, congratulations. Yeah, let's hear that stupid goal horn again. Yeah, let's hear it. You think you're so good. You think you're so good. You think you're better than me. But this is a new era with a new cast and crew. Zach Hyman comes in. Austin Matthews comes in. Connor Brown comes in. None of those guys were here last time they're Boston. And the Leafs tie the game downtown. Connor Brown blasts it. Eat that. On Zach McIntyre, or Zane McIntyre, because he came in for Tuukka Rask. Yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to replace Tuukka Rask with a goalie I don't even know. Oh, but then 2.5 minutes to go, the Leafs are on the penalty kill because the refereeing in this game was atrocious. Question of the game, I mean this genuinely. What are the rules? Like to hockey. Because honest to goodness, this season, I just watch games and sometimes the whistle goes off and I'm like, sure. Sometimes the Leafs have 5 men and the other team has 4 men. Sometimes the Leafs have 4 men and the other team has 5 men. Sometimes one of the teams only has 3 men. And it drives me up a wall. And then sure enough, Zdeno Chara at the point, he puts it on and there's, oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, let's hear that again. Come on with a new horn. Your horn sucks. Like the Leafs, who cares about them? Like seriously, like who cares about the team? They're just a team. They're an organization. They're a franchise. What did the fans ever do to deserve this? Nothing! And that's why the hockey gods made a correction. Just kidding, McIntyre's just a bad goalie. JVR throws it on, seeing eye shot, what a snot. No, that was just a bad goal. And with 1:30 to go, the Leafs game. JV Aren't you surprised that people are still talking about trading him? And with, I think, $1.36 to go, I'm like, all right, Truman Show that's running my life. I am excited to see what the writers came up with for how the Leafs are going to screw this up. I can't wait to see it! Because the man or woman writing the show has to be running out of ideas. 1 minute to go in the game, yeah, great. 45 seconds, who cares? 30 seconds, that's half a minute, I can count. 20 seconds left, Alex Steen wears 20 in St. Louis. Rub it in, why don't you? 15 seconds left, oh yeah, just remind me that the Leafs traded Thomas Caberlet to the Bruins and they won a cup, yeah. 10 seconds left, is that when the Bruins score to make me mad? Oh, probably. How about with 5 seconds left to represent the amount of multi-goal leads the Leafs give up per game? How about 3.7 seconds left because you know it's gonna be Bergeron? 2 seconds left for the amount of eyes I'm gonna see it with? 1 second left because that would be the most heartbreaking thing ever? Wrong! Less than a second left, here it comes! And the Leafs win the game. The Leafs won the game. the Leafs won the game! In regulation! How did you... Oh, Rask isn't working out. Yeah, the answer's definitely McIntyre. Unbelievable, huge win for the Leafs in Boston against the Bruins. In regulation, they pulled it within 1 point of the Bruins with 5 games in hand. They showed resilience, they didn't give up, and they pulled it off. And this Leafs fan should be happy. Wrong! What the hell? You gave up 5 goals in 3 straight games. What are you, the Avalanche? Who just won, and I can only assume it's because I jinxed them. That's a powerful jinx if I can make the Avalanche good. Oh, Freddie's got these tight new pants. First of all, why would the NHL implement that you have to be wearing a certain kind of equipment mid-season? How do you eat cereal? This is how you eat cereal, right? With a spoon and you put it in your mouth. This is how the NHL eats cereal. They had a video review to see if the Bruins were offside. The refs are like, let me investigate. The NHL is an enormous organization with 30 teams and billionaires involved, and we got refs trying to decide games on a Tamagotchi. By a show of hands, how many people are watching this video right now on a screen bigger than the ones the refs use to decide these things? But enough about that, you're wearing the pants now, Freddie. What the hell happened after those back-to-back shutouts, Freddie? You're looking like you did at the beginning of the season, man. Way too aggressive, all over the place, like I want to put a fishnet around you. Pressure points, Freddie. Calm down. Martin Marincin, my goodness, dude, they've taken Matt Hunwick out of the lineup. Fans have been screaming for this all season long. This is a golden opportunity, and you're blowing it so hard! People work so hard in advanced stats. They do. People go, oh, watch the games. They watch the games several times over, okay? These guys, they work so hard. They work so hard on what they do, and they crunch out all these numbers, and almost all of them say Jake Gardiner is an elite defenseman. And I am trying every game I watch, and I take that information and I try to shove it into my eyes and make my eyes see that in the game that I'm watching. And I'm like, yes, there he is being elite. Jake, what are you doing? He's flying out there, and then sometimes they just turn off the Xbox controller. Glunk. I am pretty stoked for the Alexei Marchenko show to take over for the Roman Polak show. Look, we've been talking about the Leafs being a playoff team for a very long time now. How do we know that? They've been there! What, in the playoff, Steve? No, in a playoff spot, in the standings. I've seen it, okay? I've seen it. And no matter what happens, what did I say a few weeks ago when the Leafs were in that spot? If they lose it, it'll be because they lost it. If they don't make it, it won't be this, well, what did you expect coming into the season? No! Halfway through, they were there. They were in. And I'm pretty sure playoff teams don't allow 15 goals in 3 games unless this is the 80s. This has been frustrating. This has been extremely frustrating, even in victory. But one moment made me think really hard in this game. Bruins tie it up and they go to the bench and they show, I think it was JVR sitting next to Mitch Marner. And you got JVR sitting there like, yeah, been there before. Poor guy was the Leafs leading scorer in that 7-game series against the Bruins. He was a point a game, 7 points in 7 games. He was a monster. Still wasn't good enough to win. And then you get Mitch Marner just going. And in that moment I was like, oh, Mitch Marner's a Leafs fan, man. Oh, like he likes the Leafs because he plays for them? No. He grew up a Leafs fan, and he's not even 20 yet, so he's been a Leafs fan through the worst of it. When the Bruins won Game 7 in May 2013, Mitch Marner was closer to elementary school than he was to the NHL. And I can only assume he was watching like, damn Leafs, if only one day I'm gonna help them and this isn't gonna happen. Fast forward a few years. Ah, stupid Leafs. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. Like, that guy doesn't just want to be part of the solution, he wants to be part of our solution. He wants to heal the wounds the deep psychological wounds that Leafs Nation has. And I don't know how much that game did to help, but at least they won. I tell you what, man, I cannot wait for this road trip to end, because the Leafs look like they need a good night's sleep and a few practices. News and notes, Marchenko, I mentioned him. The Leafs got him off waivers from the Detroit Red Wings. Frankie Corrado gets put on waivers and clears. He's on the Marlies now. Let me just say this. I think we've been looking at Frank Corrado wrong all season long, okay? We've been looking at Polak and going, oh, take him out of the lineup and put Frankie in. Frankie. Well, okay, this is going to sound dumb, but Polak kills penalties. He does. Frankie? Babcock didn't trust him to do that. So it wasn't Polak who stole Frank Corrado's job. I think it was Connor Carrick. Now, you want to talk about a guy who might take Roman Polak's job? Alexei Marchenko, 6'2" or 6'3", 215 some odd pounds, a right-handed shot, kills penalties. Babcock knows him. Oh yeah, buddy. And he's under contract next season. I think it is Marchenko who replaces Polak. That is, you know, if he gets into a game. Question of the game, another one. I expressed a lot of feelings in this video. Fair? Is this how you feel? Am I portraying how you feel inside, not on the outside? You know, you don't want people to think you're crazy and arrest you. And also question of the game, particularly for like sports media students, for example. Okay, so you work for a TV station. You got to make a highlight pack for the Leafs Bruins game. You only have 60 seconds to work with. How do you make a highlight pack for that game? Because there were 11 regulation goals, a fight of the year candidate, the Leafs coughing up a 4-1 lead, and a hat trick. You can't ignore a hat trick. Personally, I think you show Nylander's 4-1 goal, then you show the Bruins tying it, and then you show the 5-4, 5-5, and 6-5. But that's a lot of goals for 60 seconds. Think about it. Watch the highlight packs on various stations today. It was an extremely exciting game with a bunch of extremely exciting parts, and you only get to show a teeny part of it. It's harder than you think. So that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video, click subscribe if you really liked it, tell all your friends, and enjoy some wings. Not like Marchenko, like literal chicken wings.